If we take our images inserted file, you'll find that there are a number of worksheets with images, smart art objects, shapes and screenshots already inserted for us to look at and explore formatting each of these objects. Now when it comes to formatting images, shapes, screenshots, smart arts, we need to select the object we wish to format and it will bring up the relevant context sensitive ribbon. In this case, I've selected an image, we get Picture Tools Format. Now if I go to the Shapes sheet and select a shape, you see we get Drawing Tools and Format. So a slightly different set of properties. And then if I select the Smart Art, you'll see we get Smart Art Tools, we get a Design ribbon for changing the design of the Smart Art, and then Format for changing its colours, outlines, etc. Let's go back to the images first. So the images one brings up Picture Tools Format. And in here we can change a picture style section. Here we've got little drop shadows and curves, etc. And that will be applied to the selected image. So I could have a trendy effect. I can control the picture border, choosing from our theme colours or standard colours or different thickness of that border. So I could go quite thick on the border and choose an awful green colour. There are picture effects. So we have shadows. You can see with all these effects, they preview as you hover, so there's no need to actually click OK and see if it works for you. You can just hover and let it take effect. So we have reflection, another set of options. And you can see a reflection of the photograph appears below. Bevel, that sort of buttony shape. 3D rotation. And you can see that the picture really then does get twisted about from all angles. Once you find an effect you like, you simply click and that effect then is applied to your image. We can crop images using the crop tool. So you choose crop and then you can actually pull the edges of the image in. You can see this girl will now be missed off. And from that side, and then that girl will be missed off. Perhaps there's too much white area at the top. That's the area I would like to crop to. So I then go back up to crop and actually click the crop tool. And my image gets cropped down. Notice how the effects then get reapplied. So I've still got the 3D rotation and the twist on the style. I can rotate my image. Nothing's actually happening to the image until I click OK, but as I move through the options, I get a preview of where we'll be at. We can change color. You can see we've got different levels of saturation. So 0 saturation will take my image down to being black and white, or I can change the color tone, or I can even recolor the image. We could have a bluey effect, like placing a filter in front of the camera lens. So we'll go into the middle on the saturation and we'll have no recolor. So any of your images can be affected. You simply select, come up to the Picture Tools Format and then choose the effect you're after or the recoloring you're after. I'm going to go with that one for the horse. And then the little girl. Have that twist there. And the car. Can have a little circular blur outline to it. So those picture tools will apply to images you've inserted from your hard drive or from the internet, and also screenshots. Screenshots effectively are classed as pictures, so I could take this screenshot and add an effect, as well as potentially adding a border or the shadowy effects. So that's the picture tools. Now with shapes, it's slightly different. We select the shape, we come to Drawing Tools and we have a Format ribbon. But this will allow us to change the shape fill, so the color. I've got a yellow one there. The outline, so again I can choose some of the colors, and as I move through we get a preview of what's happening. I can go for a much thicker line and even perhaps dotted. I can affect word art styles. Well, that will not affect this particular box because there's no text. I can actually insert shapes while I've got a shape selected, and I can physically adjust the size. Instead of doing it graphically with my eyes using the corner handles or the horizontal or vertical handle, I can physically change the size here to be exactly what I want it to be. So I want it to be 2 inches high, 2 inches wide. So effectively it's a square. Now the Smart Art graphics also have their own ribbon. They have a double ribbon. So you select the Smart Art graphic, Smart Art Tools ribbon, and it has a design sub ribbon for changing the layout, which we've explored earlier, and then a format ribbon for changing the colors. So for example, here where we have apple as orange, that's driven by the choice of design here. But there's nothing to stop you manually selecting Apple, going to the shape fill and choosing a different colour. So again, pear, I can manually change the shape fill. Strawberries aren't green, they're red, so strawberries, shape fill, and we'll have a bright red. So even though the theme of the design initially controls the colours of your shapes within the Smart Art, you can use the Format sub-ribbon to manually override those options. So each of the graphical objects has their own set of properties. Images, which include screenshots, shapes, and then Smart Art.